All right. Hello, everybody. It's Mike, and I am back with the 1 week till event reminders and updates. The 2024 Vanguard GT is next weekend, and currently we are full. There are still a few people on the wait list. From here on, anybody that needs to drop, please let me know as soon as possible. I do have a ringer lined up, but it's always best to get players in rather than have a ringer. And people need as much time as possible to sort out travel plans and accommodations, things like that. So from this point on, if anyone thinks they're going to drop, we're kind of coming down to crunch time. Let me know as soon as you can. So lists are due tomorrow. That is Friday, the 19th. You can send them to to@vanguardgt.org in PDF format from the Mantic Companion. That's the preferred way for me to get them. Please do send them in tomorrow at some point, or before I get up on Saturday. But basically, like Saturday morning when I wake up, I want to have all the lists. I don't want to have to spend any time on Saturday tracking people down because I got other stuff to do. So please, everybody, just send your lists in sometime today or tomorrow, because then I can start working on making those lists available for the panelists for the live stream. The pairings live stream, I can generate the pairings. I can move forward with lots of stuff as soon as I have all the lists, and the sooner I have them, also the sooner all of you get to see them as well. So don't be that guy that holds up the whole process. Get your lists in, please. Thank you. Other reminders. Nobody's talked to me about any dietary restrictions yet, so as far as I know, everybody's good for whatever we feel like feeding you. You can expect similar things like we've had in previous years, like pizza, sandwiches, Mexican, that kind of stuff. If anybody has any particular issues with any of those foods or whatever, or any other dietary restrictions like vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, whatever, let us know and we will see what we can do about it. You can ping me on Facebook or send me email to my TO account. And last kind of standing reminder is about carpooling. As I said, parking spaces are kind of what I run out of first. So you'll get more door prize tickets if you carpool with people and show up with a bunch of people, and also save space in the parking lot and make it easier for people to get in and out. And not so many people will have to, park halfway in the woods and have to worry about it raining and their car getting a little stuck or muddy or anything like that. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that for the moment. So a few other things for the good of the cause. First, for anyone who is staying on site, that's anyone who is camping or crashing in a room that someone else booked, it is $10 for breakfast both days and / access to showers. I think everybody who is planning on camping has already paid that. Everyone who's told me they are camping has paid that. And several people have also sent me their $10 for breakfast because they're crashing in somebody's room. If you are planning on sleeping in somebody's room that they booked here at the venue, and you haven't sent me the $10 for that yet, when you paid your entry fee, you only paid the $50. Please do send me that other $10 and let me know you're planning on staying on site as soon as you can. That is important just for us to know what our head count is for breakfast, basically, right? Like we want to make sure we have food for everybody who's going to be here. So we just asked for a little bit extra cash just to cover making sure that we got breakfast for everybody both days. And to make sure we have a firm head count of everybody that's actually staying here. So if there are rooms that we need to have an air mattress set up in, we can have that at least in the room for you, if not blown up and dressed by the time you get here. So help us out. If you're staying on site, send me a note with the extra $10 if you haven't paid that yet, and just let me know which room you're planning on crashing in, just so we kind of have an idea of who's sleeping where. That would help us out and make Friday go a lot smoother when you get here. Next item, COVID. I have to at least mention COVID because COVID is still a thing. And we do take it very seriously. Current CDC guidelines are basically if you have contracted COVID and it has been 10 days since your symptoms started and you're not currently running a fever, then you are no longer contagious. We go with whatever the published guidelines are. So we're not like requiring tests or masks or anything like that. We're just asking everybody to pay attention to their own health and be cognizant of what their situation is. If you've had COVID recently and it's been more than 10 days since you started having symptoms and you're not running a fever, or you've tested and you tested negative, then you should be fine. If you think you may have had an exposure and you're not sure, and you want to test to make sure you don't have it, but you can't get a hold of a test or whatever, let us know. We'll send you a COVID test. Me or Robin will literally we'll have Amazon overnight you a COVID test so that you can take it to make sure that you're good before you come. I don't think that's going to be a big deal for anybody. We just wanted to mention it that it's out there, that everybody is kind of basically on their own recognizance to handle that this year. We trust everyone. Just let's remember to keep everybody safe and pay attention to how we're feeling about things. I know it's a little hard right now because the pollen's terrible, and COVID symptoms and allergy symptoms overlap a whole bunch. So just be aware of it. Just think about it, and if you think you have an issue and you want to test to make sure, just let us know. Or if you've had it recently and it's been long enough, you should be fine. The current guidelines say you should be fine after 10 days, so long as you aren't running a fever. So there you go. On to other cool stuff. So the swimming pool should be open. It is like the dude was supposed to come open yesterday, and he hasn't been here yet. He should be here in the next day or two. But our intention is for the pool to be open for the event. We do have a heater that will, of course, be running from whenever the pool gets open till the water's warm enough for us, and we like it nice and comfy. So if you are interested, feel free to bring a towel and a swimsuit. And take a dip in the morning for a nice little morning refresher, or in the evening while we're hanging out and socializing. It's open for everybody who's coming to the event. I'll remind everybody just one more time about shoes in the venue. We prefer to ask people to not wear shoes. The carpet in the Au Pair Suite over the garage is brand spanking new. It still has that new carpet smell and everything. So please, when you come inside, do deposit your shoes by the door. If you want to bring a pair of slippers or sandals or flip-flops or something that you tend to wear around the house, and put those on and walk around the house in those, that's fine. We're just trying to avoid people tracking things in from outside onto the floor that everybody's going to walk on. All right. I just have a few other reminders for folks. I think those are most of the things that I wanted to hit. I want to remind people about the pool. I want to talk a little bit about COVID. I want to make sure that we know about charging people the $10 for breakfast both days. The first round pairings video will be this coming Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. It will be streamed probably on my YouTube channel right here, where this update's getting posted. I will, of course, post some links to it in the usual places, and just after that, I will also post a link to all the lists for people to check out once all the pairings are published. Today is kind of the last day to do first round challenges because challenges are done when lists are due. So if you have any, if you've been thinking about challenging someone but haven't yet, this is kind of your last day to do it. So if you're interested in doing that, this is your last shot. Other than that, the venue will open at 3 p.m. on next Friday. For anyone who is staying on site, that's anybody who is camping or renting a room, or staying with somebody who has rented a room, feel free to show up anytime after 3 p.m. And everybody else, feel free to show up anytime after 6 p.m. on next Friday. For open gaming, registration, dropping off your models, hanging out, whatever. We just like giving the folks that are staying here, especially people who are going to set up tents, a few extra hours to get in and set up. They can park in either the garage or closest to the field where people camp, to make it easier for them to haul their stuff in and out. So yeah, three for folks staying here, 6 for everybody else on Friday. Saturday, for anybody who's not going to make it Friday evening, first round is at 10 a.m. on Saturday. I think technically opening announcements are at 10, and the first round is at 10:15. But so for folks who are, going to get in late on Friday, aren't going to come by to drop their stuff off. When you get up on Saturday, please do be here by 10. That should give everybody plenty of time, wherever you're staying, to get your stuff together, get over here, find your table, all that before we get going. I'm going to do one more of these updates next Thursday, and that'll be the venue walkthrough. So for folks who haven't been here before, I'm going to walk around the house with a camera going and show everyone where everything is, so that everything kind of looks familiar when you get here. If you haven't been here before, it can kind of help you find your way around a little bit. And I'm also going to talk really specifically about how we park people to make sure we can fit as many cars as possible into our limited parking space, and to make sure that everybody can get in and out easily. Also, meals are going to be delivered over the course of the weekend, so we have to make sure that we don't accidentally cause any issues with food getting delivered, and making it so that they can't get up the driveway and get close enough to the door to drop everything off. So do keep an eye out for that. I will try to do that early midday, so that Thursday evening everybody has time to watch it and digest it. Yeah, and then Friday will be open at 3 and ready to go. Now, dinner on Friday evening is intended to be only for the folks who are staying on site. So that's anybody who is camping and has paid the $10 to camp, or has paid the $10 to crash in somebody else's room, or who is staying in, or who has actually rented one of the rooms. That's the head count we're going to use for dinner on Friday. If you show up at the house on Friday and there's food sitting out, and you're like, hey, I forgot to eat dinner before I came, is it cool if I just grab some of this and just ask? The answer will more than likely be yes, so long as we've seen everybody that we were intending to feed, Friday night, who'd already paid and stayed on site, and everybody's come through. And at this point, it's just, this is the food that is left from wherever we ordered from. Feel free to have a plate of it. We'll probably do that, but just to let everyone know, our intention is not to feed everybody dinner Friday night. It's just to feed the folks that are actually staying on site. But if you come by and there's leftover food, just ask, and we'll probably tell you, yeah, help yourself. Just don't, plan on it unless you're planning on staying. Also, if you want to chip in the $10, even though you're not paying on site, because you want to just eat all the meals here and not have to worry about finding breakfast out, you can also do that too. We have a couple people who've done that. If that's something that you're interested in, you can also do that. You can just send me $10 and say, hey, I'm not staying on site, but I would love to just not have to worry about finding breakfast. That's fine. Once again, just as long as we got everybody in the head count, we know how much to get, it's all good. Just let us know in advance. That's all I ask. You can send all of that to to@vanguardgt.org, just like your lists, which are, as I will say one more time, due tomorrow. I think that's all I got. Yeah, I think I went over everything. I'm going to do one more of these next week to remind everybody of some of this stuff one more time, and do the venue walkthrough. Other than that, I will see everybody Wednesday evening at 8 for the first round pairings live stream, and then it's time for the event. So get excited, get everything finished up, and we will see everybody really soon now, next weekend. So take care, and we'll see you soon.